Yeah, we've got a nice line there. Well done, guys.
Hi, I'm Trevor and this is my channel, The Musette, and today I'm going to describe to you how to ride a successful team time trial in Zwift. That could be team time trials in ZRL or WTRL. Let's take a look. A team time trial is a time trial of more than 2 riders. In WTRL team time trials you can have up to 8 riders, a minimum of 4. In ZRL it's a maximum of 6 riders and a minimum of 4. In both sets of races, the time is taken on the 4th rider. To ride in these races, you need to be in a club that's already subscribed to these races. We're going to cover the following points in this video. Pre-race preparation. The start. Tactics, techniques, drafting. How to draft and why. How to train for drafting. The strategy concerning how you tackle a course. How to look after the riders or weaker riders with respect to any obstacles, hills that might be in that race. Let's take a look at pre-race preparation. First thing is the route. Are there any major difficulties on it? Is there a hill? Is it near the start? Is it in the middle? Is it near the end? What's the finish like? Is it flat? Can you ramp up the speed towards the end? Will you want to take as many riders as possible to the last few kilometers to get the best out of the team? Or will you decide at some point that you may have to shed a rider or 2 on a major difficulty when they're struggling? When it comes to difficulties such as a hill, you need to blob up or stay together to get over the hill. Don't try catching up on the downhill. It is very, very difficult. Bikes. The drop shop in Zwift allows you to buy different types of bikes depending on your level and the price of the bikes. Depending on the drops you've got, you can buy the best bike available. Basically, if you're lower than level 45, the fastest bike you can have is a Tron or concept bike. Here's a list of best bikes and wheel combinations dependent on your level.
Right, let's go.
Riders. Managing those resources, put the strongest riders towards the front of a group. Organising those riders. Try to get those riders to use the numbering system. So the first rider will be number 1 in their first name, second would be number 2 in their first name, and maximum of 6 letters for their forename, because when the name is too long, if you include the long name and the team name and other, avoid the coin pusher effect. The coin pusher effect is this. It's a fairground game. It's a shelf that moves backwards and forwards with lots of coins on it. You can't tell the coins apart, and this is what happens when all the riders have long names. If your team is blobbing up and riders are accidentally overlapping, then the names that are sliding left to right and right to left will be difficult to identify exactly who is who, especially if you're all wearing the same jersey. It takes about 12 seconds for a rider's name to cycle from right to left and back to right again. So that's all very confusing if you're trying to act quickly and reorganize yourselves in a straight line. Once you're in the start pen, don't forget to double check that you're on the right bike. Because if you're on a road bike, basically you will expend more energy when you're riding, even when you're drafting. It's a waste of energy, and that might well have an effect on your legs towards the end of the race when you're trying to ramp up and accelerate.
Get them TT back. Bollocks.
Too bad about the wasted effort.
Blobbing. When riders overlap, the following phenomenon occurs. Imagine you're accidentally starting to overtake a rider. So you're overlapping that rider. The rider behind you accidentally overlaps your real wheel, and they're behind on the inside of your wheel. You cannot get back into the line. You need to ask the rider behind you to ease a little bit. It's all very subtle, these differences in effort, to let you back into the line now. It might not feel important at the time, but believe me, at the end of a 30-kilometer race, you find that you can't accelerate, or you might even get dropped at the last climb in a race. If you look at the figure that I'm showing here, the riders on the outside of the blob are actually are actually pushing as many watts as the rider who's doing the work at the front. So there, in a group of 4 riders, you've got 3 that are doing the same work instead of 3 that are recovering. The same with hills or dropped riders. Basically, a dropped rider will put out basically more watts than the front working rider in order to catch up again. So communicate, do tell or ask the front rider to ease a little bit if you see a gap opening up. Concentrate and be vigilant. Training. You can train with robo-pacer groups. Pick a smallish group of about 8 riders on a flat, fast circuit, and you can ride at the back of the group, move to the front, move to the back, move to the front. Use the overhead helicopter view to take a look at your positioning.
Now, let's drop back behind these riders. Let's see, oops, ease a little more. Come on. Easy. There. Oops. Easy. So the helicopter view is the 0 key, and then use your arrow keys on your computer or laptop to get an overhead view. Now,
basically, communicate, close gaps quickly, and avoid overlapping for too long. That could make a big difference to your final time. Race recon. If you want to train on a race circuit before the race, go to Zwift Insider, look on the references tab and find the map reference, and go down to the route and go down to the route that you are interested in. Click on it, and on that route description page there's a table on the left, and at the bottom of that table there's a link. There's a link to forthcoming events. Click on that link, it will take you to a Zwift Hacks search filter that will give a list of upcoming races or events on the circuit you're interested in. Now, get yourself ready, mix that energy drink, and prepare for that race.
I'd rather tap dance.